Time being 7:05, we'll call the Ripon Area Fire District Board meeting to order. Roll call, Ms. Schatzender.
Here.
Mr. Page.
Here.
Mr. Wirtz.
Here.
Mr. Hanson.
Here.
Mr. Wargula.
Here.
Mr. Agatsky will not be here tonight.
Can I ask a newbie question? And that is because they're not taping us, right?
Yes, they are.
Oh, I didn't know it was here. I
Yeah.
didn't see somebody. I was
It
going to
snuck
ask if
in
we
on
have
you.
any other responsibility. My question was going to be, is there any other responsibility to inform people? But here it is. Okay, good, thanks.
It's publicized, all our minutes, all of our agendas are publicized, it's like all required
Yeah,
public meetings.
Yeah.
I take a backup audio recording of it, but we have our minutes too as well, so.
thanks.
Any corrections to the agenda? If not, we'll look for a motion.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Any secretary reports tonight?
The one from January was in there. The one from January 4th, sorry, if I remember it.
That's okay. In the chief's report, we had, there were 28 calls in October, but it was actually 28 calls in December.
Okay. We'll update that.
Good catch.
Should have seen him on the ball field.
Anything else?
And I think at the last meeting, we said that we were gonna get the November meeting minutes for this month, from November.
Yeah, I sent her all of them. I saw the only January was in there. I'll catch up whatever we don't have. But did I have November's? Was I here?
I think so.
I have two.
Well, we got the financials for November too.
So, I'll go back and look.
Anything else under secretary's report? If not, we'll look for a motion to approve secretary's report.
I'll make a motion to approve.
For a second?
With set correction.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Sorry, I skipped public comment, but I didn't see anybody here, so. Treasurer's report. Any questions on the accounts payable?
So we got some furniture for upstairs.
Oh, yeah, so, I'm sorry, I was trying to catch up here. So from this packet, if you go to page 1, reimbursement to Kim Davis again for some posting. Yeah, the Farrell's Furniture, we just bought some furniture for upstairs, some end tables and lamps. He really did give us a great deal. One piece was $798 and gave it to us for $200, so he really took care of us, so thank you to him. You see a reimbursement on here to Renee Saul for one up in the middle and one on the bottom. I gotta take my mask off. That is for, those are for COVID tests. So what happened is, the manager at Walgreens has done an outstanding job working with us. Normally, you can only buy 4 COVID tests at a time. And Renee went there, said that COVID test just came in, and I was in the middle of something, so I called the manager. I said, can you hold these for me or whatever? Can I buy more than 4? It's for the fire department. So he said, yeah, you can buy more than 4. So he will just ring them up, but you can only ring them up 4 at a time. So that's why there's different purchases on there for that. The COVID tests are in my cabinet. We've tested a lot of people here recently. So that's what those are for. But it's because the managers were really working well with us there. So she was there to grab those. And the Jefferson Fire and Safety, that was for our new gas meter we just got delivered yesterday. We actually got $2,000 of that was a grant from Alliant Energy that we had got that we hadn't spent yet. So that's good. And that is all I got for that one. Did you have
Wait,
another one?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If there was a grant of 2,000, so the actual cost was only 749, you're saying?
Well, I mean, it comes out, how do I explain it? We got a $2,000 donation, or not donation, but a grant for it. So that money's been sitting there while the 2,000, so realistically, we paid 700 and
Great.
whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah, the difference. So, which one did you have next? Did you have?
The insurance for $22,000, is that for the whole fire department, or?
That is for one of the insurance policies. I'd have to go look back and see which one it is, and I can get back to you on that. Yeah, I'd have to get back to you on that. That's the volunteer fireman's insurance. It's for the insurance for the department. It's not our work comp insurance. It's our total coverage umbrella stuff, so. All right, that's all I have on that. And did you guys go 11? Is there something else I'm missing? Or you have that missing? Yeah, so on the page 1 of the 1130 one, Renee Saul picked up candy for our trick-or-treating back in October, and some for reimbursement for Kim Davis for advertisement, and on page 2 some drywall work that was done upstairs. Also the WGNR sleep on the second page, that was paid out of donations that we've had. So that's all I got to point out on that one. Everything else is, unless you got other questions.
For the legal services, was that, how many months was that for?
Legal services. That was for all the stuff we did for coming up with the paid on premise and our review of our policy for that and everything, and meetings to go over policies, which we're going to continue to do throughout this year. Go over policies.
Any other questions about accounts payable or the treasurer's report? If not, we'll look for a motion.
Make a motion to approve treasurer's report and accounts payable for January.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Anything on outstandings, Jim?
And some luck, I know I've talked to the chief the last couple of weeks, we made a couple phone calls, had some conversations. Kind of held off on a couple of the collection efforts, if you will, to put them in the collections because some people had actually spoke chief, myself, some payment arrangements and different things going on there. So some people just simply aren't aware, again, that to file that to the insurance companies. That you have a fire, we charge you $500, submit it to your insurance company, you know, and they will pay it. Some of these are in that situation. And a friendly reminder of that, it was hopefully all it took to get those now paid. A couple of the other ones, I know, one in particular, I know where the bill is, and I'm waiting for it to get paid, so it should be coming in the mail soon, too. And I know Chief had some
Today-
conversations the last couple of weeks here.
Yeah, actually, and over the last week, I've taken care of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them where their businesses in town. I went to them, gave them their invoice to make sure they knew that they had an invoice, and they all said they're going to take care of it. And so 9 of those should be coming in shortly. Yeah, 9 of them. So a lot of the other ones are, you know, personal ones, residences. I'm not going to go knock on a resident's door and want money from them. This is businesses that, you know, we need to do re-inspections or whatever, and we're just trying to, the conversation's been good. So some of them, like, you know, like one today was from 2017, and so they said they'll take care of it.
All right, thank you.
On 4604, I don't know if that one is gonna be ever paid, because he's been in the hospital for, but just somebody doesn't go out and try to get it right now, because it'd probably be a bad scene.
I knew of things there. So. And there's been efforts made there over the years. So again, that's one of those.
Yeah.
We have arrangements. There's been things that's happened versus just ignoring it.
Right.
I knew of things.
Yeah.
So
I just didn't want somebody.
No, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
If you want, I can tell you the numbers that I gave.
I think we did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm good. I know what.
All right, Chief's report.
Okay, let me get there. The staffing update, we'll jump down to that one. If 25 members, including the chief, command staff, and support staff. We've advertised the last 3 weeks. The great news is we got 5 cadet applications. One of those have already quit, and one is actually 18, so he's coming on as a paid-on-call firefighter, so that's good news. Not great news, we also advertised for the paid-on-call firefighters, and we've had 0 applicants for that. One comment that we're not paying enough. Paid on premise, the part-time day staff, we advertised for the last 3 to 4 days. We've had 5 applicants and 3 that have showed interest, but have not filled out an application as of this time. The day staffing is going well. We see an advantage of a couple calls, one of them being the Smuckers. Actually had a fire recently in the rooftop unit. We pulled up, if we didn't have the staffing, we would have had 3 guys. You know, 1 firefighter, 1 captain, and 1 driver. So we do see where it's a plus for us. And so the only problem we have is filling the schedule with some of the key players, officers, fire officers, and drivers. So we're working on that. I'm trying to be careful with the 1,200 hours, but realistically, we'll probably have to pay a few key people out that retirement. It's not, you know, I was panicking because if we have to do that, and it's an if, it's only if they make those hours. Still gonna try to be careful, but if we have to do it, I was panicking, but Barb said, you're looking at it wrong because it's only 2 months, and that's between $300 and $800, $300 and $800 a person, that's what it would be. Where next year it's something that if this continues, if we don't solve our problem, then that's something we'd have to budget for in the future. But, you know, just like EMS pays out a few of their key people, we might have to do the same thing. and might, and if, there's a lot of unknowns. So, but otherwise, everything's going okay with that. We got, we do have we're chasing some re-inspects. We're gonna be finding a couple establishments soon. And every time we go out there, there's gonna be a charge for those re-inspections. So they're just not cooperating, a few of them. The project update, where I'm gonna wait for
Can you say
until.
more what that means?
What's that?
Can you say more about what that means when a property is not cooperating?
So we go out and we do inspection, and then we go out and we do re-inspections. On the third re-inspection, if it's not done, then they get a charge for that, for us coming out there. And then every time thereafter, and it increases. So, you know, we take the time to go out there, and we've made contact with them, we've warned them. It's the only thing we have to do to force them to do it. And, you know, aside from saying, well, you can't do business, but there's some things we can't say that for. Some things we could if it was a life safety thing, but some of them aren't life safety, they're just miscellaneous things that need to be taken care of that are safety issues, are fire hazards, but it's not immediate. And so we try to work with them, but that's what it's all about. Grant and hosting classes, nothing to report there. And project updates, I'll wait till we discuss item number 8 to go into any of that. I think that's all I have.
Any questions on the chief's report? All right, moving on to old business, retirement payouts.
Well, we have had another retirement, and I'll read it. It says to Fire Chief Saul, I've been debating with myself for a while now. I have come to a very sad decision. I will be retiring from the Fertility Fire Department effective January 31st. I'm finding it harder and harder with my job while taking on more responsibilities. We also continue to get busier every day. Trying to make my practice and getting all the calls has been a challenge. I have a lengthy history with the department, stemming back for many years. I used to come to the station back when I was old enough to walk with my father to do maintenance on the fire trucks. I greatly appreciated all the opportunities and some of the experiences with some that weren't not so pleasant call-wise. This decision was not easy for me. I will miss the department. Thank you, Stuart Krieger. So, Stuart, thank you to Stuart. He's had, I believe, 30 years on, is what I am understanding, and without looking at the years of service, but he's been approximately 30 years. We will be doing a retirement ceremony for Chief Engineer Kluppert and Engineer Krieger, hoping that the third Monday in February, but everything is, if we can get their retirement awards in time or not. So that's what it all stems from. So we need I would like to pay him out from the awards, or from the service award program, because we have the funds, and that would be one more that we're clearing up, that we're not gonna pay half now and half later. I can say it right now, I don't see any other retirements, but that's the rule. People keep breaking the rule, but, you know, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do to stop them, so.
Okay. Still need a motion to pay that out then.
So how much is in the fund? 3,000?
No, there's more than that in there.
6,500 a year into it.
Right, and we haven't paid out every year up
So
until recently.
So 55, we got it. What's he get paid?
We budget 65 every year, but it stays in that account, so I don't know what the bottom line figure is. Do you, Jim?
This is for the year. No,
Because I don't.
it's on the other report. But we're in the good on it, because we didn't use it all last year.
Is it 8,000?
I would think it'd be more than that.
So we just paid Clifford out though, did we not?
Right, but we've had it going for many years and we haven't.
But we do remember too, it was backloaded in a sense. We had used fire,
Right, true.
so we were zero for a while there,
Right.
and using even contingency funds to
Thank
pay
you.
them in full.
2 years there, we had to
Okay.
take it out of the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Money gonna be in October.
Because we knew going into it, that's why we did 6,500, so we could backload
Yeah.
for the future. Because we knew we'd have bigger 30 years and 25 years. I'm just not seeing it in front of me right there. I'm missing this.
He said, what'd you say, Mike? 80?
Well, this says that's also this operation funds, and isn't there a line on there for retirement, or is that for the chief's retirement? There's a line in there, it says $8,067.
And so how much is he gonna be due?
Approximately 3,000.
Oh, that's $100 a year.
Yeah, that's what you're seeing in the chief's retirement, right there.
Yeah.
But this is the 6,500 on the last line item. Like,
I'm not seeing it here. I'll have to go over to and get that real number.
I guess if we have enough funds, I'm requesting that we pay them out right away.
Because I'm looking at January's number, that's why. I don't have the year over year. I'll have to get that number. I don't have the year over year, but we got.
I can get that.
So it'd
from Mike.
basically be half of the kitty for this year, or half of the allotted budgeted number for this year. And if anybody else would happen to retire, we still have that option of the 500 for this year, so we can literally,
We're okay.
yeah.
Okay.
If we weren't okay, what would be the options? Could you say, I mean, we can't at this
Then
point
we only
say,
pay him $500.
There, it's part of the, it's like a, I don't call it a pension, but in the sense that we could pay so much per year.
I see what you're saying.
We have a
Okay.
minimum
But they have to
500.
be, they have to work, do it for a minimum of 5 years, right?
That's for,
10
that's for,
years.
Oh, 10
10
years.
years.
and that's for vesting, not for payout. But we can pay up to minimum 500 a year just to,
Got it.
you know, because if we have 8 of them retire all in the same year, all with 3,000,
Yeah.
we don't have 24 grand to do it. So to even came out with this back in the day was a great thing for them. They understood that, we understood where we were at as far as being able to pay them. And there was times we only did 500 for a year. And then when we could, we'd get them caught up, so.
Thanks.
Because there was a couple of years we had multiple people
Right.
retire.
And we had,
gosh.
and we had to do the 500 a year for.
Yeah.
We're talking 9 grand worth, 10 grand worth. You know.
All right, so I'll look for a motion to,
I'll make a motion to pay out Krieger in his entirement from the firefighter appreciation fund.
What's your pleasure?
I'll second it.
all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. New business. The Ripon Area Fire District has received a substantial donation. You want to elaborate on that, Jim, or?
Yeah, and Chief can give some more details on it too. Basically, one of our local citizens was nice enough, generous enough, and thoughtful enough to give the Ripon Area Fire District, we were named as beneficiary of one of his accounts at a banking institution in town. And that individual was Orville G. Breivogel. And unbelievable that a local citizen would do those kinds of things for this department. Chief, you want anything more? I'm getting too. I mean, it's a great thing that this person did this, and 126 and change, 126,000 and change. No contingencies, no stipulations, no anything that we have to do this, or per se a building in the name or a public building or other things like we've had in the city lately. So it'd be nice, obviously, I put Chief on task. This just came about within the last 2 weeks since the last meeting. I did put Chief on task to come up with a list, if you will, of capital projects and all that we have gone over the years, and different things from garages to upstairs to memorials to you name it, those wish lists that we could get done. Yet at the same time, what we could be looking at in the next year to two as far as an engine or a tender or pumps or those type of things as well that we could Yeah, plant, if you will, for down the road. And somehow honor, obviously, Orville as well, and be able to, you know, recognize him for obviously the contribution he's making to this department for the future. I'd rather not see it just in the operating and things like that personally. But that's just my own 2 cents. You know, Chief, do you have kind of things to hand out or options or pricing?
I don't have anything to hand out. I have been working on it, but, you know, because I'll email out a list to everyone or give it to them, and of things that capital projects that, you know, I feel we should tackle. Some other, whether it be rescue tools or whatever. I know the association was also donated some money, and I don't have that exact figure with me, but I know that there's been, they've had small talks of what to do with theirs to help the district out. So I know that they're gonna discuss it after the chicken barbecue is what I'm told. They wanna see what they get from the chicken barbecue, and then they're gonna sit and have a meeting on what they're gonna do. And I know that the memorial is one of their priorities. I know that for a fact. So, and then there were some other suggestions too on things to help out the fire district to, you know, to better serve our community and stuff like that. So, and those, some of those items we talked about budgeting for also, that had to come out of our budget, so it would, in the long run, help us. But I don't have the list, the capital improvements list or the list of my recommendations, and then I don't have all the specifics for the association. It's just, it's come up so fast, and I wanna make sure it's put together properly and make sure that, you know, everything on there that's on there, there's bullet points as to the pros and cons for each.
And the cost.
And the cost, yeah, and that's.
And the
other
pooling of
thing.
fund, and the ability to pool funds, you know, if the association's willing to help and we're willing to help, we can get some of these things done that.
We've been putting off.
Correct. And we can put, you know, little theirs, little ours, and everybody get in together, and we can get this projects done that have been a thorn, if you will, like a better term, or just things that just haven't gotten done.
And realistically, like you said, Jim, and I agree, you know, to put it in operations or to pay somebody with it or whatever, the money's gone. There's nothing material that's there.
Well, it's, yeah,
And all the projects that we have going on, or the equipment we need, some of it, we wouldn't get an opportunity to finish or do if we didn't get this generous donation. I mean, let's face it, money doesn't fall from trees, you know, and now we have an opportunity.
you know, if I gave it, I just didn't see, you know, that money built the garage, or that money bought some extra cation equipment, or, I mean, rather than, I mean, here, yeah, same old, it's just,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're set operationally, in a sense, with our budget for the year. The only thing I could foresee would be big picture, again, the next engine or something, you know, if we can, I'm just using numbers, if we use 26 this year to get those things done, and we put 100 away for the next engine, that's huge. I mean, that's big down payment on an engine. So what I'm gonna do is my idea was to talk to Barb, we'd set up a separate fund to keep track and have that money in.
so we know what to.
So it's not operating, correct. It's not just deposited in the general operating fund, if you will. Similar to firefighter appreciation, like we're just talking about, things like that, we just have a separate line item for that. So really unbelievably generous and
Well, it just
completely shocked.
goes to show that you really thought highly of the fire district and the guys that serve it, so.
There was a good tie
I
with
used to
members.
deliver
Yes.
papers to them, I didn't see my name.
So really a great thing, and that's what's neat about this community, and it's happened before, maybe not to that extent that I'm aware of, but other places have also received funds like this, like the library and the police departments in the past with citizens, you know, doing
Canine or
things
whatever.
like this.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, you know, talk to your families, talk to your friends, you know, and things like that, that if people are wondering what they can do with certain things, places like us would gladly, and we can sure use it, you know, for the
Put a
community.
sign up about the lottery sales.
Yeah.
And just as important to go along with that is the people who support us every day, who
Yep.
don't make those large donations, at the chicken barbecue, or donations for the upstairs, or, you know,
Laundry
raffle
tickets.
fundraiser, whatever. I mean, it's huge. It's all huge. But,
So, like, that money, if you put it into a separate line item, is there a way to, instead of give the couple of point something percent, is there a way to get 2% or 3%? Like,
No.
like we did that in our township for our firefighter or equipment replacement fund that we have. We transferred it over. It's like through, like, what is insurance is, something similar to that, where we were able to invest it that way and get 2 to 3% interest versus
Yeah, it depends where it's been, depends what you want to do with it. I mean, if it really comes down to investment and risk, and obviously where and what you can put it into.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty much a safe haven account, but at least if you're gonna get a fire engine for next year, whatever, it's not sitting there just making nothing, you know?
Yeah, and those are options we have to look at with how much we have and what we're going to do with it.
I just thought there was something to explore on that, you know, to look at, rather than put $100,000 and just have it sitting there in the account for.
Bring the specifics of the accounts that you can do that with, and give me some rates and terms and what it is, and FDIC insured, what guarantees we have,
Sure.
things like that.
Sure.
Sure, bring it to the next meeting, because, I mean, we're not gonna, and I talked to Chief about this, it's not, tonight was just to give everybody a heads up, get everybody thinking about it in the sense of what we could do. And again, there were still other irons in the fire, if you will, with the association and things coming up in March, and not that we have to, oh my God, spend it today.
No.
But I also would like to see it, the sooner the better too, because then we get use of it. You know, the sooner we get a garage built, the sooner we have extrication equipment, the sooner we do
Prices is
upgrades.
going up.
Yeah, upgrades to this, that, or the other thing around the department. It's better for him and his staff. Maybe safety as well, you know, look at some of our safety protocols and things like that.
So then you'll come up with a list and
yeah,
of possible
I'll
projects.
email
and
out all the projects or equipment that I feel that we need, and
With costs.
with the costs and with the pros and cons and the reasons. And I think you guys just need to give it some deep thought,
Yep.
because, you know, it's only get one shot, you know, so.
So we can assume this will be a agenda item for next time, for adding it on. Jim, I think you said it so well about being, how inspiring it is that our local community would step up like this, an individual. What is, I mean, the family probably knows now that it has been shared, we shared the individual's name tonight. What is past practice, or, I mean, I guess we haven't gotten something to this extent, what is typical for showing an appreciation? Do we, is there anything, do we send, I mean, do you just say thank you on behalf of us?
Down the road, we'll do most likely with this situation, and again, everyone's kind of different, depends on, some people don't
want the recognition.
don't want recognition.
Right.
But as far as I know, again, there's been nothing conveyed to me of stipulations, anything. I mean, we were simply listed as a beneficiary of an account, so. My guess with other things I know going on with this
This
type.
situation.
Yeah. I'm assuming maybe a newspaper article of sorts or something along that nature. I could probably foresee in this, and again,
When we just.
down the road again,
Right.
tomorrow, we're going to decide
Yep.
what we're going to do with it and things like that. I had even thought, you know, a letter, obviously, board president or something, sometimes they've done thank yous that way. Usually there's the association, they do like for the chicken barbecue, I know they'll have a thank you letter always in the paper about the chicken barbecue, you know, thanking the community members and the people donating their time and efforts, things like that. But it kind of depends on each situation, depending on requests of the family and stuff. And again, if there's stipulations or anything that's part of wills or decrees or anything like that.
And you know, obviously my thoughts are with the garage and the upstairs and stuff, and, you know, we had, Jolene was here yesterday, and she got to see the upstairs get used by a firefighter who just wanted to stay here. And so, you know, that, the way it's being put together up there is, you know, it gave us an extra firefighter in town that night, and we didn't have to pay him. And so, you know, there's pros to that also. And then I go right back to there's safety equipment too, you know, I mean, there's a lot of different ideas out there, so, needs.
All right.
So more to come, obviously, and
Great. Thank you to Orville.
so, yeah, so then Chief will bring that. I'll obviously do some more research as well, and Mike, bring that information you can too as well then.
Should anybody have any agenda items for next month? Get them to me as soon as you can.
Well, you just got one, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Next regular meeting is March 1st. And other than that, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes, 7:41. Thank you all for coming.